Hello, Skyrim modders. This is Ryan Lightning, and this is an introduction video to my latest mod. So I was going to just add um, an, a music file for the audio track. However, when I was looking for royalty-free music to use, I couldn't find anything that I thought was suitable. So after spending way too long looking for music for this video, I just gave up and decided that maybe it's better that I could just talk about this mod and what it does and what it doesn't do, the compatibility, how to put it in your load order, troubleshooting, and maybe talk about future plans for modding and my modding philosophy, and that way could be more useful than just you know some random royalty free song that you probably wouldn't like. And if you're not interested in learning more about this mod, then you can easily mute me and listen to your own music, and that's probably the best way to approach this than just finding some random royalty music. So what this mod does, this is a diffuse map replacer for Whiterun textures. So diffuse maps are essentially image files. So what you're seeing are image files largely. And so these are the Whiterun image files. So the stone pathway there, the door, or the gateway, the 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 door knockers, the brassware, the braziers, the etchings. Those are all files that have been changed in this mod. Now, maybe you're looking around, you're looking at this video and saying, "Wow, this is vanilla," and you're right. This is vanilla, and this mod doesn't aim to change the artistic value, I guess you can say, of vanilla artwork. Instead, it aims to bring Skyrim Special Edition textures into 2018. So, what I mean by that is that Skyrim was, I believe, they began working on Skyrim maybe back in 2008, 2009. And when it was published for the 2011 Xbox and 2011 PS4, and it was meant to be played on televisions, 2011 televisions. Back then, like, if I remember correctly, plasma televisions were the best quality you could get, and so vibrancy, black and white points, sharpness, those were all problems with the television technologies then, and this game was not designed for PC monitors. So this mod, what it does is it largely color. There's a couple things it does. It color corrects. It corrects the contrast, and it also adds sharpening. In a few cases, it does increase saturation, but largely, maybe like 90% of the time, 90% of the files, out of 84 files or more, the saturation's not touched. So, and one of the I think interesting, unique factors with this mod is this is a 1-to-1 ratio mod for file size. So in replacing the file, it doesn't add size to the file; it replaces. So just step into the video here for a second. So when we're in the temple now, and pretty much everything here in the temple of this mod has changed outside the water. That is what I want to point to. That's the shrine and the candles. Those are my mods, but it's not a part of this model. Those are clutter files, and those are clutter files that I have changed. The candles you'll see again. Those candles, you probably, if you played Skyrim long enough, you'll probably notice that's a different color for the candles. And that shrine does not look like that in vanilla at all. So that's another mod that will be released shortly. As of the making of this video, that those mods were not published. I've made quite a few mods since I began creating mods that I just never published. I hope to publish in the future. Beginning back to this mod, so that's a little bit about what this mod does, where you can see what it does. Pretty much everything that you're seeing. It doesn't change the tree, but it does change those lattices. It doesn't change that statue, but it does change the stone wall that's holding it up. It does change this stone stairwell. It does change those beams. And I'll show you in just a second, but it changes that dragon's head. So what this mod doesn't change is the resolution of the Skyrim Special Edition files. And that brings us to the question or the issue of resolution sizes. Where resolution is important, greater resolution is important, is if you're playing it with playing Skyrim on a monitor that's greater than, like, I would say 23 inches, or a television. In those cases, those devices are going to stretch the files. Most likely going to stretch the files, and you're going to lose quality. So this mod will help, will improve your graphics on those displays. But this mod is designed for your typical monitor, which is 21, 23 inches. And then you're going to get the best resolution possible. So once again, this mod does not make any resolution changes. If you do play on a monitor that's larger than 21, 23 inches, or you're playing on a television, you're playing on the Xbox, you can play this on the Xbox, this mod, because of its no cost impact on performance. Will play well with Xbox. I don't own an Xbox. I don't own a PS4, so I'm not familiar with the process of getting it over there. So I don't know if it will make it over there. But I do know it would play nicely there. And if the Switch uses all the base Skyrim Special Edition files, then this mod would play nice on the Switch, but I don't know if that's possible. So I do not have any plans of porting this, I guess I say, or making this mod for Classic Edition. This mod, I only create mods for Special Edition. In the future, anything's possible, but for now, that is not on the table. So again, if the chandeliers we're seeing have my candles in them, and we're looking at rugs. This also makes changes to all the rugs in Whiterun, and the artwork that the Bethesda artist did I find to be good for the most part and great at times. So my modding philosophy, especially for this mod, is to really just highlight that great artwork. Unfortunately, the processes and the processes that were used to create this, convert the art so it could be played on the PS4, 2011 PS4, the 2011 Xbox, really denigrated the original artwork and detracted from the original artist's talent, I think. So this mod hopefully kind of gives you a little window into how great those artists' work really is, and I hopefully it makes playing and Skyrim more enjoyable. So on this table, the only thing that this mod changes is that tablecloth. This mod makes no changes to any of the clutter files. And what I mean by clutter files is that there's a folder in the texture folder called clutter, and that's simply what I mean. So I don't. It's not a matter of me designating something clutter or not. That's what I mean. So my modding philosophy is to stay in my lane when it comes to modding. And so this mod is just diffuse files in the Whiterun texture folder. And it doesn't go outside of that. There's no mission creep here. So that way you as a modder know what you're getting, and if you have any problems, you know what will be causing the problems on my end. I have quite a bit of experience modding, and I know how frustrating it can be to find out a mod that you thought did one thing is actually doing 4 or 5 different things and causing problems in 4 or 5 different areas. So we're about ready to go into Horvasker, or I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway, this is the Great Viking Hall. Where's the Viking ship turned upside down on top of? That's a great way to make a roof. I really wish my roof was made up of a Viking ship turned upside down. That'd be awesome. So we're now here in the Viking Hall, and in here, pretty much everything outside the furniture and the items on top of the table, this mod changes or alters, and the fire doesn't make any changes to fire. So, but it does make changes to the fire pit. That rug. Again, you'll see the candles, my candles, but the pelts. I love the pelts. So one of the things I'm really pleased with this mod is how dramatically improved the pelts are from my process. And I think that just looks fabulous. The etchings there. Doesn't make any change to that shelf because that's all I believe found in the clutter file. The chairs, the tables, that's all furniture items. And you can see the chandelier, candles in the chandelier. Again, that's one of my mods, but that's not a part of this mod. So now, load order. I'll briefly talk about load order. This is a grand mod. And what I mean by that is it makes a lot of changes to a lot of files. So when you install this should go towards the top of your load order. There's other grander texture files such as Noble Skyrim or Skyrim 2017. Those are even bigger scope mods than this one. And if you're using those mods, you should put my mod underneath those mods. And then if you're using any mod that makes any particular changes to Whiterun textures, such as the player home, or to Dragon's Reach, or to the Forge, or here to Horvasker, however you pronounce it, then in that case you'd want to put that mod underneath my mod. In terms of troubleshooting, so this is a really simple mod and there shouldn't be too many problems that you have with this. And if there are problems you're going to have, they're largely just going to be load order problems. I really like how the stone walls turned out. And if you are having problems and you trace it back to this mod, then you want to first begin with changing its location in your load order. I would say put it at the bottom of your load order and fire up Skyrim. And if the problems desist, then you've just identified what the problem. It's a load order, and then you just work on moving it up your load order until you find a happy place for it. And happy place where it works and the files that you want to work with work as well. Of course, not all file mods are going to work. They're not all going to be happy together. Unfortunately, we don't live in a world where everything everyone can be happy at the same time doing the same thing. So and anyway, so move it around your loader until you find that happy place. And all this what you're seeing right here has changed, except for the mountain flowers. There is a few landscaping details that do change, but mainly those landscaping files are found in a different texture folder, so I didn't even touch them. So, and then the other on your end, what you can do for troubleshooting is just reinstall this game or this mod, and that's just because of decompression problems that can arise. There's a small error chance every time when you're decompressing that there's an error maybe made. It's really small, but with the more files that you decompress, the more, I guess you can say, exposure in terms in to mistakes being made. So just reinstall it. And so that's about it for troubleshooting. And then if you do find something, take a screenshot and post it on, on Imager, and then link it up and post it in the comment section of my Nexus page. And you'll find the Nexus page link at the bottom of in the comment section, and or in the about section of this video, and also the link to where you can download this video. So if you do like this video, or excuse me, if you like this mod, endorse it and shoot me a thumbs up. That's not necessary for this video. I'm not much of a video maker. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy this game, or I hope you enjoy the mod, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks, and happy modding.